And tweet is out.
The eagle is in the nest.
The eagle is in the nest. The ball is in the hole. All right, Mark.
Kipper seals at midnight.
Go ahead and cue up that music.
On this lonely road, trying to make it home, doing it by my lonesome, pissed off, who owns some? I'm fighting for my soul, God, get at you, boy. You try to bogart, fall back, I go hard. On this lonely road, trying to make it home, doing it by my lonesome, pissed off, who owns some?
I see them long, hard times to come.
All right, you are listening live to the G4T.com podcast. That is your gateway to a mature gaming podcast and community. It is episode 320, May 15th, 2015. It's a palindrome day, folks. Palindrome day. I'm just one of your hosts today, Greg DeLacy, gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on the old Twitters. And joining us this week, a fine-looking cast of characters. Starting from my left to my right, Mr. Mark Wright.
I'm on your left, am I?
Yes, you are, sir.
Hello, Greg. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Ready to podcast?
I think we are. We are definitely ready. We are good to go.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have you on, Mark.
Thank you. Yeah. Got quite a good run of it now. I think this is my third or fourth week on the trot.
You've been making progress on our news quiz. You have gone up the leaderboards.
That's why I want to
on
come back
that.
on. I want to take the lead.
Yes. We'll get into that shortly.
Trouble is, I've done no revision. I've done no homework because I didn't think I'd be on this week.
Well, that's how we like it sometimes.
I usually do better when I guess.
That's a Nicole tactic right there. I just want to throw that out
there.
there.
She's taught me everything I know.
All right.
Everything.
Also,
well, quiz-wise.
And moving on. Also on the show this week, in the middle on my screen, Mr. Robin Tate. Looking dapper, I might say.
Good evening, and hello there from Ballymena in Northern Ireland. It is Robin Tate here, and I am suitably attired for another wonderful podcast. And I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited that my old buddy is here as well. So I can't wait to hear from him too. Lots to talk about tonight. Lots of games played and lots of gamer scores scored this week. So let's get into it.
Yes. Robin, also our returning news quiz winner.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I win most weeks, so it's no surprise that I won last week. And I expect to win this week. Yeah, right.
Wow, look at the expectations are there now.
Yeah, I'm very positive that I may do as well as I've done before. But maybe never as good again.
So you should have done what I did, Robin. Just walk away with that 100% victory record and just walk away.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, they gave you the answers first, did they not know?
That's also true. Speaking of that other fine podcast known as the Game Punchers podcast, we have smuggled Fraser Moores back over the border just for this particular podcast. Fraser, how are you doing?
I'm back from my maneuvers, Greg, down south in the wild west down there.
Yes, so you came down, you visited America.
I love it.
It's kind of funny. So Robin was in America just, 3 weeks back, I think, roughly?
Yes.
And then you came down?
Yeah, we weren't a million miles away. We didn't make it all the way down to Florida. We stopped at South Carolina, which is we're probably about 4 or 5 hours shy of Florida.
And that may have been a good call because I think if you went south of that, there was a lot of bad weather happening, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we just missed that.
That's good. That's good.
We did well. We had nice weather. We had 1 day of rain, but that's fine. It was like one of those holidays where 1 day of rain and you get locked up, and that's a nice break.
It happens.
No big deal.
It happens.
No big deal.
Yeah, but when you say you got locked up, you mean you were locked up in Steve's basement. He won't let you out.
I did venture into Steve's basement because I called in to see Steve on the way back. Yeah. I made it out. It was okay. So, yeah, it was good. I got my taste of freedom down there in America. It was very good. Great.
It made you soft. You went away. A week later, came back, I've lost my mojo, brah. but we'll get into that later.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit soft. That's what
Yes.
holidays
You
do.
need to get back to the black and white country that is Canada.
I think some of the eating there has made me soft. That's for sure.
Yeah, too, right.
It is- it
So
has
did
been
you eat
known to
anywhere really
happen.
good? I mean, we in what, like Outback and all those sorts of, where did you get to food wise?
We weren't probably the main chain that we hit was Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's an East Coast thing. That's an
breakfast,
East Coast
man.
thing.
Whoa, wow.
So we hit one of those when we were extremely hungry, which was an amazing experience. But I'm not sure we really hit many chains after that. Most of them were sort of like local restaurants and things. So, but we did barbecue and we did seafood, and there was some just fine breakfast. We always love our breakfasts in America.
They do that well. They
They
do it well.
do.
We do. I would think it would just be an easy thing to pull off anywhere you live, but not so, apparently.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean, the breakfasts up here are very good too. So, I mean, just North American breakfasts.
You do have some good syrup up there.
The pancakes and the syrup is all good, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now, you guys don't
you know
do
what
the whole-
kicker
you-
is?
you
It's
don't-
the home fries that they do here and the bacon.
Okay. All right. But Fraser, you guys don't do this nonsense of throwing some beans on your plate for breakfast.
No.
Okay. Thank
What?
you.
You got to have some baked beans on your plate.
No.
Don't get,
no,
hey, Mark,
no.
whoa,
It's too
whoa,
dry
whoa,
without it.
pitchfork down, mechanics. Pitchfork down, right.
Bacon, sausage, egg, baked beans.
I've got, if you take a walk, if I could actually pick the camera up and take you for a walk and show you my cupboard over there, it's full of not just baked beans, but full of British Heinz baked beans, which we buy especially
got to
every
be
year.
Heinz.
Like it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you put them on your
57
breakfast plate, Fraser?
57
No.
varieties.
Okay.
No.
See, again, Mark. Eggs, bacon,
Not when I'm out,
sausage.
because you can't get it when you're out. But here I might do it for my own breakfast.
Yeah.
So I'm meeting,
But
trying
I
to
was
meet you
brought-
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I was brought
No,
up
but
with
even
Heinz
here-
baked beans.
Here in Northern Ireland, you don't have beans for breakfast. That's a very English thing. It's yeah. So we would have deep
Hand
fried
grenades and
pancakes.
machine guns.
Deep fried pancakes.
Yeah, deep fried pancakes.
Deep fried
The
pancakes.
trouble-
Holy crap.
Yeah, deep fried
Sign me up.
pancakes. I think
Yeah.
it's called soda bread, which is like a doughy bread. It's a triangular shaped sort of thing, and you would deep fry it too. And then you would have a thing called potato bread as well in there. Eggs, sausage, bacon. And do you know what, Mark? You're not coming to EGX this year, are you?
Pasty wants to know if you're wearing any trousers.
No.
No,
Not
I
at
don't
all.
know.
Ministry of Silly Walks, anytime now. Yeah, so it's very funny how we all like our nice fry, but the thing about it that you get the most of it is the bacon. You can't have enough of that bacon,
No.
whether it be crispy
bacon
or
is good.
soft, whatever. Yeah.
I can't do soft bacon. It's got to be crispy. I'm sorry.
Crispy
Yeah.
bacon.
All right, let us move on. We are a podcast about video games, and in fact, if you're listening to this, one of the things you can do, if you happen to be listening to this over iTunes, or maybe you're listening to it off Stitcher, we actually do this live every Friday. So 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and 30 on the East or the UK time zones. You can catch us on Twitch. And so, speaking of catching us on Twitch, we have some new followers I want to give a quick shout out to. Jack Scythe, El Takeo, Pricey1992, Eldang, Mr. Death 69, and Recruit B10. All recent followers for our Twitch channel, so
Very
we
good.
want to thank them.
Very good.
And
Thank you.
Mark, if you would be so kind, maybe take a look in the old Twitch chat and let us know who might be there, so we can give them a quick shout out.
Yeah, at the moment, it's early doors, but we've got Chapsicle in. We've got Gonzo FK, Martin 1, which I should know who that is. And he chats as if he knows us all, so maybe if you
Martin.
can just let me know
One
your
of 'em.
gamer tag on that. We've got Parsonage 3000, PG Tips, and Womble MK3 at the moment.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. All right. Well, let's do this video game stuff. This thing we talk about every week. Video games or breakfast, whatever we really want to talk about. I'm going to vote video games. Fraser, what? Are you pulling a Rich? No, you.
I just closed the thing. Have you got any bacon?
I do love you, Fraser. I do love you. All right, my Canadian
No.
friend.
It's more Roland Rat, actually. Fraser. Shake my head again. It's Roland Rat. Classic. For those of you that are just listening, that'll not work.
Yeah, no. All right, Fraser. Can we just talk about really the biggest thing, the mutiny that has happened? The mutiny that has happened. Clash of Clans. You claim you stepped down, but we know the truth, Fraser. You were forced out. Nicole went behind your back, backstabbed you because she wanted to play a new game, and effectively, while you were off on vacation, unbeknownst to you, your chief lieutenant backstabbed you, and now is trying to pull you in different directions.
Well,
oh yeah, baby.
There's certainly should teach me those things like mechanics. I stepped down. I didn't.
Did you have a choice?
No, I did have a choice. I just before we left, I just turned off. I turned it off.
He had a choice: give up or eat your life.
I turned off Clash of Clans while we were away on holiday, and you know what? It sounds terrible to say. I really enjoyed the break. Because it's one of those games you're just constantly checking in. And I've been playing it for a year straight. And so, I've hit a ceiling where I'm not going to play any more aggressively to progress. And yet the ceiling now to push to the next stage of evolving your dragons or evolving your keep or whatever, it costs so much investment in time and money, virtual money, but that's time.
Right.
It's sort of just leveled off really as to where I'm going. So I don't know. I think it's just maybe just played itself out for a little bit. And managing the clan, I'm not saying it's hard. I mean, it's certainly not difficult in terms of a job. But you're day in, day out, you're keeping an eye on it. And
but
there's always
we make
people.
Something clear? You haven't left. You're still playing.
Yeah, I'm
you're
still
not in
there.
charge.
Yeah. So I just I did offer it to Nicole. Actually, she said she wasn't really.
She was too busy plotting a
she had
mutiny.
other plans.
Right. Yes.
Well, I know she's got another thing on the go. She's looking at Boom Beach, which is
Boom Beach boobies.
Right, Boom Beach, which has been getting a lot of play on TV of late as well.
Has it?
Yes.
Well, it's the next thing. You see, I mean, I guess if we look at this logically, I mean, Nicole's been playing it almost as long as I have, and nothing lasts forever, right? It just doesn't. And we have a number of people in the clan who have been there for half as long as we have and are twice as enthusiastic.
Right.
And it's just one of those things, right? So Jade has taken over as leader, and that's fantastic.
Right.
And
I think that was Nicole's evil plot all along. She got in close to you, let you lower your guard while you're away. She put plans in motion. She inserted her puppet president into place in the Clash of Clans, Jade, and now you're just you're a cog. They've got you shackled to a chair and forcing you to monitor lemonade stands. I've heard the truth, Fraser. I've heard the truth.
Yeah.
I know about these lemonade stands.
You can't handle the truth.
Guess who's just come in the chat?
It's got to be Nicole. She's trying to defend her honor.
Scab.
That's fine. You know what? Being led to the chains and shackles by Nicole and Jade is not the worst thing in the world. That's for sure. So I gave over to the siren's call and just that's fine. So I'm very happy with Jade taking over, and we'll see what goes on with the clan. It's all good. It's fine.
Okay.
So there.
Yeah.
So there. Problem solved.
Greg, Nicole's saying that you're a great guy. And she wanted us to tell
I'm
you that.
sure those are the words being uttered from her as we speak.
Exactly.
Fraser, I also heard some nonsense about monitoring lemonade stands this past week.
Adventure capitalist.
Yes.
Yes. I've been in deep with it. It's been my dirty little secret for 6 months, 5 months.
I feel like I'm just exposing you right now.
Well, no, I've been away. I'm being sort of hoisted up onto the pedestal. That's fine. Adventure capitalist. Yeah, I haven't done my games in this list, but you know what I've been playing anyway because you obviously have listened to the podcast.
It happens, yes.
Adventure capitalist. Yeah, I've been beavering away on that. This is what they call an idle game, where there's absolutely no point. I don't know whether there is really a point to video games anyway. I mean, there's a whole argument in itself, but this This is one of these games where you buy a resource. The more resources you buy generates you more income, and with the more income, you can buy more resources. And it's not linear; it's exponential. So you have to. You can't just start it and let it go forever. And at one point, it starts to top out, and then you can you sell up and reinvest. So there is a level of management to it, but it's you dip in once a day if you want.
I wish.
And I've been, if you sorry, Robin.
I wish.
I wish. Yeah, yes.
Don't let him repeat that.
He's got this dirty old city man up there, city gent.
I say.
It's so hard for me to look at Robin right now because every time I look at him, I literally just see Hardy from Laurel and Hardy. It's even worse when you do that.
So yeah, Adventure Capitalist is good. If anybody played Cookie Clicker, there's lots of them out there.
Right.
And Cookie Clicker was the first one I played, and then I stumbled on Adventure Capitalist and swore that I wouldn't. Okay, I should never even have looked at it. And I've been playing for 5 months, and I'm hopefully I can see the end game there. But it's on Steam, it's on the web, it's on Steam, it's on iOS. Again, like I said on the Game Punchers, I heartily recommend that you do and do not check out this game. Okay. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but it's also like crack. So,
okay.
there you go.
Crack.
It's not like crack.
I was just going to say that's pretty.
It's a pretty
hardy.
Yeah. But again, crack is one of those things, eh? I mean, if it wasn't bad for you,
crack.
if it wasn't bad, if it wasn't bad for you, it'd be great if we could all do it. I mean, the problem is it's pretty bad for you, right? Same like heroin. I mean, there's got to be something in it.
Ireland crack.
Right?
Northern Ireland crack. Grape crack. Why is it here's your grape
There
crack?
you heard it here, folks. If crack wasn't bad for you, it would be great.
It would
All
be.
right. Yes. No. Hey, I'm not going to
Look at the
dispute
bliss on
that.
people when they're doing opiates and things like that. It looks awesome.
All right.
It's not very good for you. Right. And Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. I've been playing that, which I believe.
Wolfenstein? It's great to be able to say that again. Fantastic.
That's right. It's
Thank
been a
you,
while.
Machine Games. Wolfenstein? Hi,
I see-
Nicole. Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein. I see. I'm sharing Wolfenstein with my friend Robin.
Yes.
Robin
Yes.
of the Tate upstairs.
I didn't realise this DLC was standalone as well.
Yes.
And it's quite a long one as well, because Chinny was streaming it last night, and I think he was 6 hours in, and he hadn't finished it yet, so it's quite good
I
value
think he's
as well.
probably nearing the end. From my
Yeah,
understanding,
he's playing it on
it's
hard though, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 to 8 hours is what you should expect from it. But for $20, the level of polish they have in that game, it's hard to knock that. But let's get the impressions. Robin and Fraser, what do you guys think?
Go, Rob.
Wolfenstein?
I'm not
Well,
gonna I'm not gonna play your game, Robin.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
not
you wanted
doing
an impression. Okay, well, sorry, let me have a look at what I have written down about Wolfenstein.
Oh, he's got notes.
Wolfenstein? More Wolfenstein? Do you know what? It felt like a comfortable old pair of shoes. I loved the first game. I thought it was fabulous, great story. This is more like just B.A. Baracus Bouchowitz or whatever his name is, just shooting guys. There's no backstory here. There's no depth to it. It's just a lot of shooting those Nazis. And it's interesting because it is a prequel to the other game where in the first game, spoilers, he gets transported or goes into a coma and he's 20 years or so or 30 years in advance.
Let's rip his earphones off.
Next time, give a bigger spoiler warning. I've not played it yet.
Yes.
Have you not played
No,
it?
No, I've got it up on the shelf.
No,
ready to
that's
play.
not. Well,
I
I
get on
just
that.
whipped my headphones off so quick then.
No, Mark,
It's
it's not a
not,
spoiler.
it's
No,
not a
it's
spoiler
It's at the
for
beginning
this.
of the
I didn't hear it anyway.
I would
I
like to
didn't
make
hear
a
it
quick
though.
correction.
So, well, then,
Quick correction,
so-
Robin. Hold on.
yeah.
It is not B.A. Baracus. It's B.J. Blazkowicz.
Yeah,
B.A.
him too, and
Baracus
that's his brother. That's his
No.
brother.
or the
He doesn't
A-Team.
fly.
One of the two.
He doesn't
BA
like to
blast
fly.
you nuts.
Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together. Anyway, in the original remastered Wolfenstein that we played 6 or months ago, the German tech was really cool, but this time round you can see where it's older. It's not quite evolved. I mean, some of the guns, the silencers the guns are a bit chunkier looking. The big robot guys, they don't have battery packs. They're tethered to extension leads.
Okay.
So they haven't developed the battery packs, and that's just nice little touches like that. It's pure fun. They've introduced a few new mechanics with this thing you climb up the walls with you can break a pipe in half and you use it Call of Duty style to sort of ice climb up walls to get into new places. But it is very much bubblegum shooter. They've introduced some of the secrets. I don't think that's any sort of spoiler. Where in the first game there was some nice groovy. I won't mention it. No, I will mention Mark. The original Wolfenstein. You can go in and play. Yeah, you can go in and play. Rip your headphones on if you have to. Spoiler alert! You can go in and play some of the original Wolfenstein levels, and you can do the same here again. But they've done a lot more. So there's lots of lovely little secrets and lovely little Easter eggs in the very, very start of the game when you're driving along, and you can look around a car that you're in. You're a passenger, and if you look down at the key fob is the rocket launcher from Quake 3. And again, it's not you can't do anything with it. You can just see it there. So there's lots of lovely little touches like that. I love what these guys do. They do a damn fine game, and I'm about halfway through this right now and thoroughly enjoying it. So, what about you, Fraser? How have you got on with it now? Have you done a bit more?
Yeah, I'm Act 4, so I don't know how far that is. Or Chapter 4, Act 4, whatever. I'm really enjoying it. Again, I think it's fine. I was sort of thinking earlier that it's not quite got as much diversity, I think, in the enemies and things like that. But at the end of the day, what it does do is it's a meat and potatoes shooter. It's like the first one, Mark, and you'll find this when you play it. There's no padding in this with multiplayer or DLC or anything like that, or whatever. It just, you get what you get, and they make it a very good experience, and I'm very pleased with it.
The funny part about this is this game actually was DLC, and in fact, my understanding is I think it's 8 chapters, and they divided up 4 chapters and 4 chapters, and that basically was the 2 different pieces of DLC that they kind of merged together to form this standalone game.
So I've heard.
Yeah. I think there's another one of these to come as well. I think it's a great idea. Very, very worth the money.
Now,
yeah.
They did it with Infamous Second Son with the
and Far Cry.
First Light. So
Forza Horizon.
Yeah, I like the whole notion of the standalone game. I like it, although the part of me kind of wants it to be a little bit tied better, so that when you fire up, say you're playing Forza Horizon, or you're playing Wolfenstein, the New Order, you can just seamlessly be able to get over into the old order or play the DLC within the game. Without having to exit the one game and go into the other. It's not a big deal.
I hear what you're saying, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're sitting down and you're going, you know what, I'm going to play the New Order, or I'm sitting down, I'm going to play the Old Blood. It's...
I'm not saying it's a big deal.
It's not, I know, but it's not DLC, and that's the point. And I think what's interesting is if developers or publishers can look at this and say, hang on a second, you know what, these guys released a bang-on first-person shooter. They didn't do any additional costumes or whatever, or padded out with multiplayer or subscriptions or anything like that, and they made a bucket load out of it because they did it well. And then they came along a year later, and then they released the Old Blood for $20, which was supposed to be DLC, but it's just a standalone, let's say, a half a game,
right,
at a third of the price. And my God, they've sold a bucket load of that too.
Yeah.
What? They haven't tried to gouge anyone. Everybody's saying machine games are awesome.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
This is the model. This is the kind of developer right now that we should be standing up and saying, well done, guys. This is more, please. This is done right. As opposed to these guys over here, which are trying to gouge us for every penny that they can.
The best part about through that entire little rant, Fraser, is I'm pretty sure you were like taking your finger and tapping it onto your table, making your points, because I could hear a little tapping in your microphone.
That's someone at the door.
Okay.
There's someone at the door. Keep knocking on the door.
Just ignore them. It's probably your kids needing to come in from out of the cold.
Kids. It's got nothing to do with me. Nobody's going to knock for me.
Yeah, but absolutely right, because there's nothing worse than getting tapped for armor and all these different bits and pieces and all these penny pinching little.
What are you talking about?
ways to
Everybody
get money.
loved paying for horse armor.
Okay, I'm talking about Assassin's Creed, especially here now. You know, the way they've been grabbing, all the pay for this, that, and the other. This is lovely, and I like this much better than all of that map pack nonsense. And
I'm not
suppose it's
disagreeing.
not here.
I'm not disagreeing.
But again, it is one of the unique games which has a really strong single player campaign. Okay, the story isn't as strong in this, but it's very much focused on. It knows what it is. It's tongue in cheek. It's good fun, and they haven't strayed from that. And yeah, bring more of it on, please.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fraser, I was that it for you, or is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
That's pretty much it for me. Yeah, I've got a very itchy belly. I'm peeling from my sun. Very itchy. I need to go put some lotion on it.
Oh, remember to put the lotion on. Put it back in the basket.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's one of these shows. Robin.
And it's fat too from all those burgers.
It's what America does for you. It's
Fat
one thing.
peeling belly. That's what freedom gets you.
That's what we bring to the table, baby. All right, Robin. Since we talked about Bloodborne, or sorry, I keep wanting to say Bloodborne. Since we talked about the
It's
Old
such a
Blood.
good game, that's why I keep on saying it.
Oh God! Since we talked about the Old Blood, let's kick it over to you. What else have you been playing this past week?
Okay, well, I'll talk a wee bit more about Project Cars, and we're a week and a half, 2 weeks in now, isn't it? Isn't it a week and a half?
Yeah, me and Greg can jump in on this, can't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
good. Yeah. So, the initial starting up of Project Cars and putting it on was wow, and oh my God, this is hard, and why is this so ridiculous? And then I got it, and it's brilliant, and then it's frig, this is bloody awful, and why is this not here? So, it's great and it's fantastic, but it's hard to get into, and there's some things that are unforgivable about it. Now I know there's a patch coming sooner rather than later, hopefully. Some
Right.
of the slowdown and frame rate stuff is absolutely awful. But for me, I know that stuff can hopefully get fixed. But for me,
It will get fixed because PS4 doesn't have that problem. But I'm not playing it on PS4, sadly. But
Alright,
I've
so
heard
you
it's a
haven't-
lot
you ha-
better.
So yeah, so you've
Yeah.
heard, you haven't actually experienced that yourself then,
I've
fanboy?
but I've spoke to someone who has.
Ah, right,
Alright.
okay, yeah, you trust
Yeah,
them.
we have a
completely
few
and
people in the
unbreakably
chat
with your
who have
life?
got it on PS4.
All right, let's not talk about PS4, please.
We can talk about the PS4 version. I mean, to be honest, the true definitive edition is the PC version. We know
Definitely.
Yeah.
that. But Project Cars has some growing pains to get through on the Xbox One for sure.
And the PS4, they're both lacking in certain bits. There are both of the console versions have issues. Some of the cars, some of the tracks on the Xbox One, which I've played it on, some of them work perfectly and they're fantastic, and others there's that slowdown, and it's annoying. But for me, there are things which are left out of it, which really needs to get stuck in. Like, for example, we've got a hot lap challenge on at the moment, and the basic thing you can do in Forza is can compare your times with other guys. That's not possible. That within Project Cars at the moment, there's no way to go in and
Are there no leaderboards?
No, not really. Not to go into look at lap times as easily as Forza, and that's a big thing for our community that they've missed. Also, things like and unless I've missed this, Mark, multiplayer lobbies.
No. The Xbox One is specifically missing that.
Yeah.
So they're
Is that
relying.
on PS4? Is it?
Yeah, so they have it on the PS4 version.
Ugh.
They have it on the PC version. On the Xbox One version, their workaround or their decision was to use the Xbox One Party lobby system as
Yeah.
opposed to doing their own
All right.
lobby system. I don't know if they're going to address that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
hope so,
well, it was-
because I'm gonna say the other
That's right, I was
night
trying to-
I was playing
trying
with
to
the
get
track
into
guys, and there was more than 8 of us on, so that was a problem because you couldn't
Right.
use a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you? And there is because you don't have game chat because it's up to 16-player multiplayer supposed to be.
Right.
So maybe if you go on to randoms multiplayer, you can get up to those sorts of numbers, but you'll not be chatting with them. So I mean that's kind of unforgivable. When it works really well, it's really fabulous. I think that the handling is quite unforgivable that you have to work so hard to get a handling setup that you like. And I know the purists will say, isn't it great that we have all of this customization? But I think there should be a bog standard vanilla handling model from the get go, which doesn't throw you into the barrier at every corner. It should be, and if you wanted to fine tune it for the expert guys, that should be there. But it shouldn't be as hard as it is from the get go. Now I've got a setup that I quite like now, but I can imagine a lot of people that aren't experienced with racing games, that would be a massive turn off. They have to work so hard to get it to work at all for them, you know.
That's what we call in the gaming industry a bongo mode.
Yep, it was been bongoed. Yeah, it has been.
Thank you, Womble.
Yeah, so for me, oddly enough, I haven't gotten out of the carts
Was
yet.
I not muted?
I haven't gotten out of the carts yet. I've been racing the carts, and I've gotten now very comfortable with racing the carts. And starting to actually enjoy it. And part of it was definitely tweaking my controller setup and finding something that worked for me. And I would recommend to anybody who's struggling with the gamepad, go into the forums of the version you're playing, whether it be PS4, Xbox One, or PC, and you'll find people that have posted up different controller settings that work for them pretty well. And that's where I found my setting for the Xbox One version, and I haven't really looked back since.
Yeah, the carts are good. I mean,
they're tough.
Different.
They're tough.
Yeah,
and part of it also is. Go ahead.
You have to go against your brain, and when you're going into a corner where you think you should slow down, you should actually speed up because it will grip.
Right.
And it's a great feeling when you go really hard into it and it does hold, but it's alien to you. And that is very, very much like a really good racing kart, which would be the exact same as that. You know, it's the grip is unholy in them, unnatural even.
Yeah.
I mean, have you found that? Have you
No. And it's actually, once I came to, and I'm going to say it, grips with that fact, it's starting to understand how the kart was, reacting on the track. And it wasn't a car. It wasn't going to react the same way. It made all the difference in the world. I would also say for anybody getting into these games, and this was something that Mark, you told me about, because I didn't even clue in on it, but adjust the AI difficulty. The AI, when you start off in default mode, is aggressive. It's especially depending on what you pick for your starting mode. If you come in at, I think it's Rookie, Amateur, and Pro, I think, are the three different settings that you can choose when you first start up the game. I went with Amateur, and it put the AI difficulty somewhere around, I think, either 50 or 60.
50 out of 100, I think it puts it out.
And I was just getting buried by the AI, and also fighting the controls, of course, didn't help. But adjusting the controls and adjusting the AI down, and now between 30 and 40 is kind of that sweet spot. We were talking about this, Mark.
It is for me as well, yeah.
It gives you just enough competition to where you have to stay on your toes, but you're not feeling like the game is kind of cheating, for lack of a better way to put it.
But are you winning every race?
No. Not winning every race.
If you make a mistake, it costs you, because you've no rewind option like Forza.
Yes.
So yeah, if you make a mistake, it costs you.
In fact, the first time I crashed, I went to Y to do the rewind. I'm all, I can't rewind.
Very good.
But yeah.
So yeah, do you know what? If this was Forza, if this was the Forza 6, we would not be giving this game so much grace.
No, you're right. You're definitely right.
Because I think we can see the potential in it. I think it's because it is community developed, or there's something magic formula that these guys have that we've given them a bit more of a ball with this. Because you expect Forza 6 to come out pretty polished, and as lacking of features as Forza 5 was, it was pretty polished even from the very beginning. So let's hope that they can get this. Yeah, well, there were a few multiplayer things, but the game was fine. But they need to get onto this quickly.
I think part of it, the part of the reason why it's getting a lot of leeway is probably because it's the first, really, legitimate sim racer that has come out multi-platform in quite some time. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
on the PS4 you've got Drive Club, which is not a sim racer. You've got on the PC side, I don't know that you've had a sim racer come out in quite some time. I mean, I don't know how far back Toka Racer came out. I think
On the PC, well, you
Fraser,
have.
this
well,
is when you
well,
don't unmute.
Oh,
What is-
sorry. Here I am. Yes.
What
Sorry,
is
I was
that
just on
game?
the phone.
Assetto Corsa, isn't that?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Robin. Yeah,
Yeah.
Assetto Corsa is beavering away in the background. Those guys are doing some very good work at a very hardcore
Right.
simulation racing game.
Now,
I've
how
got
long
that.
ago did that come?
That's
come
been
out?
out for at least. I would say it's probably been out for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And they're constantly drip feeding new content to
Right.
it, new
But
new
that's
cars,
subs-
new tracks, new updates.
That's a subscription service, and I know Gonzo's in the chat. You can maybe tell us, Gonzo. I think don't you pay a monthly fee to race in Assetto Corsa? I think there's something about that. I think something. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
He might
yeah.
have to tell us. I don't know. I've got it, but I don't pay anything.
Right.
I don't play it, to be honest. I haven't fired it
Yeah.
up for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality is our Project Cars is kind of, out of the three platforms, two of the three platforms haven't really had anything over the past year that's been a sim racer, so it's kind of the new hotness. So people are and it's hitting a lot of the bells and whistles on those other platforms. So they're definitely giving it some leeway, and on the Xbox One side of it, Forza 5, as good as it is, also certainly has its warts, and it's not a perfect sim racer for the console. So, this was kind of the next hope to tide us over until Forza 6 comes out, with the hopes that Forza 6 is going to be, returning back to true form.
Yeah, well, hopefully their eyebrows will be raised at some of the features and the realism of this here, because
Yeah.
When it's right, it really is right. Sorry, I was wrong about that subscription thing. The subscription is for another one on the PC called iRacer. iRacing.
iRacing, yeah, IRL,
Yeah. Yeah,
IRL Racer or something like that.
yeah.
Anyway,
So that's sort of championship thing. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so
Very good
that's-
reviews.
Yeah, it has, and I'm surprised at some of the big publications giving it such high reviews with the handling model and the frame rate.
No, I'm
stuff.
saying iRacing does.
Why racing? All right. Well,
Yeah.
Project Cars even had the really high reviews,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
got
quite
good reviews,
surprised.
Yeah, but I think also,
I
to be
can't
honest,
believe you're not giving it more praise, Robin.
yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But I think some of the things that are missing from it and some of the bad things in it are kind of unforgivable. Well, no, they are forgivable.
know.
But it was when I was doing some of the races in my career, I've had to sort of drop the career. I'm not playing it just as much until the patch comes. I'll play some of the multiplayer stuff, but it was just so annoying that stutter in the frame. And yes, you could work your way through it, but it was just like sort of stop go. It was almost like almost make you ill. So I'm gonna.
I mean, I
can-
haven't
I'll be-
experienced that yet on my side, so again, I've been stuck in the kart racing. I haven't gone anywhere past that, so
I'll be playing it for a year, 2 years, so that's not a problem. I mean, some of the Formula Ford stuff that we did with some of the track guys the other night, well, that was brilliant around Oldham Park. That's fantastic because the Formula Ford cars, they are fantastic. They handle really, really well. So there's been some good fun in that. And around Monaco, we done some of the stuff in big V8 Beasts, which was pretty good too. So I'm pleased. Don't get me wrong, it's brilliant. If you're a race fan at all, buy Project Cars. And it will come really, really good. So,
all right.
what
else?
other stuff that I've been playing, I'll touch on Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands. I jumped back in and Gamer Scores Challenge, 200 Gamer Score, and was required from it. I loved the first chapter. The second chapter is just as good. I think this is one of the very, very best Telltale games that has come out.
I've heard good
way
things
under-
about it.
Way under the radar. The storytelling is fabulous. It's witty. It's well written. One of the lines in it is "Come with me if you want to leave," which is brilliant. There's a real star of the show, which is that one of the loader bots, the big sort of metal forklift bots that go around, and he's the sort of the star of the show. He's very, very funny and he appears and helps them out every now and again. So yeah, it's clever, it's lovely, it plays very well, highly rated, and the Telltale pack with all the games in it for 20 odd quid is still available. I would snap it up, but yeah, I just want to play more of it. And part of me didn't want to play it. I was going to save them up,
Right.
but I wanted the gamer score. But yeah, it's not a chore to play. It's very, very nice to play. It's
Okay.
about hour and a half, 2 hours. So that Borderlands, and the last thing that I've been playing and sort of caught myself by surprise yesterday. I'd seen it on the marketplace, and I'd seen a few bits and clips of video of it a week or so or 2 weeks ago. A game called Lifeless Planet.
Yes.
Is that one with the Russian symbol, the scythe?
Yeah.
I've played that.
This is was it on a PC? Yeah.
I played that and finished it actually.
Okay, this has really tickled my funny bone. I've looked at the Metacritic scores, and they aren't terribly wonderful. I mean, they're in yellow on Metacritic. What the hell do they know?
Oh,
What is
average? Average.
What is Lifeless Planet? Lifeless Planet. It starts off. You're in a spaceship on a mission to go to this new planet to help a new habitable planet for human. Same sort of story as normal, and you're going to go into a 15-year hypersleep. So the rocket takes off. You see a picture of your wife or girlfriend, and the next thing you know, you're lying in the middle of this desert with your crashed capsule. Your other astronaut friends are nowhere to be seen. You have no idea where you are. You haven't a clue whether you're on Earth, on another planet. You have no idea. Complete desert. To top it all, you've got a leak in your oxygen supply, and you have to go and try and find oxygen to keep yourself alive. And if you don't find your oxygen quickly, you'll die. And then you come across a village over this desert area, and there's a Russian flag up at it. But the town is derelict and all run down, and it looks like it's been there for years and years. And you're kind of thinking, is this Earth or where it is? Anyway, there's a kind of big Russian conspiracy undercurrent thing going on. It reminds me of, can you imagine Journey without the snow and the cape, but you're a spaceman? Same sort of big wide vistas, climbing mountains, and so it's that sort of, you're traversing in all these areas, quite sparsely populated, rock outcroppings here and there. But
I think
your
that's
case,
a very fair and clever analogy, comparison there, Robin.
and then I would tie in some old 70s sci-fi like Capricorn 1, if anybody remembers that.
Yeah.
Where there was a Mars landing and it was faked, and these guys are whizzing around the desert and people are trying to kill them. So sort of a Journey, Russian undercurrent conspiracy. I really don't know what's happening. I've put in about 2 hours. I think it's only about 4 to 6 hours long. Not a very long thing, not very expensive either. But it's what's over the next hill, what's around the next
Right.
corner, and it's very interesting. So
All right.
that's a wee thumbs up from me. So
Excellent.
you played it and enjoyed it, Fraser?
Yeah,
Or
I
no?
would say, I did play it and I ended up finishing it. I don't know why. I mean, to look at it and I think that probably the reviews, middling reviews are probably fair. But for
okay.
some reason, I just got drawn into it and I felt
Yeah.
compelled to just get round to the next bit, and I just enjoyed it. It's not really a fast-paced game. You can sort of sit back, take your time, explore, but it's challenging enough in parts. It doesn't make any sense, but I don't know, it's atmospheric. I just liked it. I think probably the exact same as you, Robin. I don't know why, but it just was the
Soundtrack
right
and
game at
everything,
the
the
right
music.
time.
There's atmospheric music in it. When things are getting slightly more exciting, the music comes up and becomes slightly more exciting. So with a set of headphones on, I'm sure it's very good, or a good surround sound system. That's good. So yeah, that's been me. That's
All right.
just what I have been playing over the last week, and there's a few other things in there just for Gamerscore, but I'm not even going to mention those because I wouldn't prostitute myself for a cheap Gamerscore. I wouldn't do anything as bad as
Yeah,
that.
you're a gamer score whore. It's okay. It's okay.
Go on. What's the dirtiest game you're playing to get extra gamer score? Go on.
Okay, well, top tip for Gamerscore this week is iDarb. iDarb was free on the Xbox One quite a while ago, and quite a lot of people had a quick look at it, thought it was a bit of fun, but there's some very, very easy achievements in it.
Right.
So you can go in and you can use the IR scanner from your Xbox One and scan in different music. You can scan in different characters. There's a whole pile of different things you can scan in, and
And you get an achievement
What
for
you-
each thing you scan.
Yeah, so you scan in 10 tunes, but you can scan in the same tune and give it a name each time. Scan in 10 characters and give it a different name each time, but the same IR code. And the IR codes are freely available. So that's worth a good.
Where are you digging out all this information from?
So that's worth about 400 or 500 very quick gamer score because your IR code, ding, ding, ding.
You're giving your secrets away, Robin.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a freebie for everybody. There's no more freebies. I've got a beautiful little game sitting to the side which has a pure 1,000 gamer score, and it's a new game and it's coming. I may save that towards the end just in case it's required. But by the looks of it, and I don't want to give it away.
Barbie horse riding.
There's people firing ahead, way ahead at the moment, and it's kind of crazy the scores that are coming in. Anyway.
All right, fair enough.
I've been told to keep quiet in the chat.
Yes,
giving things
Mark.
away. That's it. That's only what I'm telling you.
All right,
me. I'm done.
Mark, let's continue this train. Let's talk about what you've been playing.
I was just want to give my views on Project Cars because Robin moved on rather swiftly on that one. I think it's different for me. I've done this with a few games now. I haven't been that hyped about it.
Right.
I've had no expectations of it, and I've done with this a few games. I think Borderlands 1 I did this with, and Forza Horizon and Horizon 2. I never had any expectations, and I wasn't actually going to buy it up to recently, where we did a thing. So I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's way better than Forza. Yeah, it's tough to get into, but once you've got your controller configuration set up, I just got a base setting off the internet like you, Greg, and then just tweaked it till I liked it how I like it, and I think it's superb. I did skip all the karts. I did go straight into the Formula Fords.
Probably smart.
Only because a lot of people were complaining about the karts.
Yeah.
But the look of it, the visuals, the weather effects, you have to... like even in the Formula 1 games, there was a bit of tyre strategy, but this is just incredible. There was, I think it was 8 or 9 of us on the other night, and we did a 25-lap race, right?
Wow.
And you think that's not a lot. Well, and you're talking like a minute and a half a lap, so it were a long race, and we did qualifying as well. And you can there's that many options on this game. We set the weather and the time lapse to, I think it was 10 times. So it'd rain and then stop, and so you get quite a few different effects within your race. And I was last nearly all the way around, right up to lap 20, and then it started raining. And I put intermediate tyres on, and everyone were putting wets on and then going to softs when it stopped raining. I just kept my intermediates on because it kept coming on and off. And that strategy got me from last place right up to 5th.
Nice.
And it just felt so good. I know I didn't win. I didn't come in the top 3, but it felt so good.
Right.
And once you get the hang of the cars, I think it controls and handles really, really good for a sim racer. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I really like, as you pointed out, the weather controls and the ability to, especially in your private matches, to be able to set the weather up to kind of update as the race goes on. Yeah. I think that is a brilliant touch, and I'm really hoping other racers, whether it be Forza or Gran Turismo or whoever is making the next racer, that they're taking that into consideration. They're looking at this as kind of the model to use going forward. Project Cars.
Don't me get wrong, Mark. I really enjoy it too. I love it as well. Yeah. I like it more than Forza. I do. But I'm just pointing out the bits that annoy me.
Yeah, I think you and like the track guys and Parsip and everyone, I think you were really hyped for the game, whereas I wasn't. So I had no expectations. So I think that's why I like it more. Yeah. It's weird. It's I know it's out my sort of like own personal thing on it, but I had no expectations.
I think part of it for us is we knew Forza inside out, backwards and sideways, how to tune everything really quickly. You could do it blindfold, eyes closed. And we're not there yet, so there's a learning curve on our part.
And it's a steep learning curve on this one. It really is, because it's not just.
But I think it's more rewarding.
I don't disagree with that. I'm talking more from like a UI standpoint.
Yeah. The UI is not.
Yeah, it's a PC game.
Yeah, you can tell
through and through. I mean, you feel it.
The number of options. Yeah. There's tons and tons of options.
So
You
my
can't
choosing
handle
plan-
those options.
You can't handle.
Greg's the PC side of it. Actually, aren't you supposed to be PC gaming these days, Greg?
Shh, we don't talk about these things.
Sorry,
So
Mark.
my plan.
Sorry, Mark.
I love
My
using
plan-
the cockpit view on this. I don't normally like using cockpit view, but on
Yeah,
this
it's
I do.
funny.
And
You're
you
right,
can even
actually,
turn the when it rains. You have to turn the wipers on
Right.
to clear the
Yeah,
windscreen,
yeah.
and it's such an it's a simple idea and a simple touch, but it just immerses you completely in it, and you can hear the rain hitting the tin roof and everything, and it's brilliant. Absolutely love it. We even encountered a thunderstorm the other night when we were racing.
Really?
And the effects of a thunderstorm was just brilliant. All the clouds,
all right.
because it was nighttime as well. It was a nighttime race, thunderstorm. You could see all the clouds light up with a flash, and you could hear the thunder rumble a few seconds later. Absolutely amazing. I really like it.
All right.
So are you still up for the 24-hour race for Extra Life?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be.
It's an idea. I don't think I better stick it, to be honest. But yeah, some guys are. I think Henwood's going to do it.
Yeah, that is an idea.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an idea. Yeah.
I
And
need to
that's
be.
from
I need
the
to be able to. I don't think I can do a 24-hour race. To be perfectly
Yeah.
honest, I need to be able to get up. I need to be able to walk away. At least a couple times. Not to
Yeah,
mention.
there's an option. Yeah, well, there is an option to swap out drivers or to put in a standby driver in. So that might be
Okay.
the way it could be doable. So it might
So
be.
I could
I'll
eat
have to-
pizza
I'll have to look
while
into that.
I'm racing.
Yeah, so you can get an AI driver to drive for you for,
Well,
half an
problem
hour or
solved.
something out there. Yeah.
I think I
Maybe.
will
But-
do
but-
that for every race,
There
regardless.
is actually an achievement for driving for 24 hours round Le Mans while streaming.
Oh, really?
While streaming.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting
I think
specific.
Parsip and Henwood's challenge each other to do it. So
Okay.
yeah, I think so. I think that's on.
All right. Well, Mark, what? Anything else?
I'll just to finish off on Project Cars.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a few issues on Xbox One and PS4, but I have been watching batch stream a lot of Project Cars, and I have to say it does look amazing on PS4 as well. But there is a patch coming soon, so I know there's definitely a patch in the works. So hopefully all these little niggles will be sorted.
It would. Yeah, it would definitely be nice for them to be able to sort it, especially the frame rate. I think that's probably one of the
Yeah.
bigger issues, especially.
Yeah,
for the
it
likes of
does
Robin.
stutter quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you get an echo, like a sound echo while it stutters.
There
Have
is
you
a
noticed
weird
that?
audio. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
an audio hiccup for sure. And it's horrible when you're driving the carts because you just hear the high pitched whine of the carts start doing this weird echoey sound.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing as well on Xbox One is the left thumbstick for the steering. It goes on to full lock before you've got the thumbstick fully over. It's only about 60% over, and that's definitely in the first patch. They've said
Okay.
that of the developers. They're going to alter that, so you
That
get
would
more
be good.
range on your steering. So hopefully the steering won't be as twitchy.
yes, that would be good. That would be
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. So the second game I've played this week, I've not played that much of it because I've been playing a lot of Project Cars.
Right.
But I've got back into Dragon Age Inquisition. So I need to clear this game off my pile of shame before The Witcher 3's out.
Yeah. I'm fucked when it comes to the RPGs. I'm totally screwed.
But this game is so goddamn huge. It's massive. I've done another couple main story missions. I think I'm quite near the end now, story-wise. But I think I need to level up a bit more because the enemies are getting really tough, and I know I have to fight a dragon soon, which
Right.
is a like top end dragon.
Yeah. Dragons are never easy.
Yeah.
Did you
I've
know?
defeated two of
Okay.
the smaller ones.
Well, a weird little fact, but I came to this fact on my own accord, by the way, so take that for what it is. I'm pretty sure your party members, and in fact, Dragon Age Inquisition is actually taking place on the island that was in the television series Lost, because your party members, I believe now, are the smoke monster. Because you call your horse in, and suddenly all your party members disappear into this black smoke. And you call your party members back, and they appear, and your horse disappears into black smoke. It's a smoke monster.
Yeah, and also if all your party's down and you're the last one standing, if you run away far enough, it's just suddenly stand up and appear next to you.
Yep. Via
It's
smoke.
easier than resurrecting them all. You just run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm still loving it. It's a great game, and you can forgive its little things like that because it's such a huge game. I know we shouldn't expect it in a big RPG, but you do, don't you, in a way?
Right.
Like
Well, I mean,
Skyrims and
it reminds me very much of some of the old school, and I hate to say this because people will not believe me, Japanese RPG games where you had your character when you went to kind of the map to do your traversal through the world. It was just your one character walking along, but then when you got into fights, suddenly it was your entire party was in front of the monster. And that's kind of the way Dragon Inquisition handles getting on your horse and getting off your horse.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
So yeah, I'm just trying to level up a bit more now. I'm doing a lot of the side quests, mopping them up.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, enjoying that.
I'm excited I get to play Dragon Age Inquisition via digital copy now.
Yeah. I want to try the multiplayer on that. I've not tried it yet. I think some of the lag guys, Site 7, David the Alien, and Gamer Girl 27. I think they're going to be arranging a night next Friday, I think.
Okay.
So I'm going to try my best to make that.
Yeah.
Trouble is, because of the time zones, they don't start 2 a.m. my time. We had a GTA night last night, and I tried to stay up, and it got to 2 a.m. just as they were starting, and I had to go to bed. I was just so tired.
Yeah, that's tough on your end. I can understand that. I played a little bit of the multiplayer. It's kind of Mass Effect like, but it feels a lot different than Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's just it's swords and shields and magic as opposed to shooting weapons.
Yeah.
But no, I'd be up for some multiplayer. So there's that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, really.
All right.
Just on this little side note, I looked on the dashboard just to see how many hours I've played, and I've played 66 hours so far.
Okay.
I mean, I compared it to Gamer Girl 27, and we all know how much she loves Dragon Age. Guess how many hours she's been playing this game for? And she's not as far as me in the story.
Easily in the hundreds.
Yeah, 166 hours.
Holy smokes.
Holy crap.
All so she can just play with Blackwall, because I think she's madly in love with him.
Gamer Girl, get out of the hinterlands. Leave the hinterlands.
Yeah. Yeah, she's unlocking loads of achievements at the moment for all the collectible stuff.
Oh.
And I've been looking at them, and I'm way off the target on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's put a lot of hours into that game.
All right. Okay. Anything else, Mark?
No, that's it. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Robin, thank you for going and taking a shower and coming back freshly dressed. That's nice.
No problem. I could not do that hat any longer. I wore enough ties to the week to have my tie off now. So thank you. Slipped into something more comfortable.
All right. For me, it'll be super simple. State of Decay has definitely continued on my playlist. Getting through that. The more I play this, the more I realize it really is just like kind of playing through The Walking Dead. I mean, you're dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with people having issues with one another and having to make decisions of whether you keep somebody in your community. You can out them and basically force them to leave, or in some instances you can take them out and just take them out, basically. Project Cars, that's we've already talked about that enough. I think as is, it's a really good sim racer that I think is just going to get better because it seems like they're really committed to supporting the game, which I like to see. And the Golf Club, continuing on the Golf Club. So I will keep it short and let's move on. It's your favorite time. Robin, this is your new favorite pastime, the news quiz.
Yeah.
Yes, Robin, you got your first victory last week. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm amazed and shocked, and I've been on a high all week.
Yeah.
No, that's the cannabis.
You should be. You should be. I'm going to do a real quick tale of the tape because some interesting stuff has happened on the leaderboards for our news quiz. So, Robin, outside of our guest spot, which has a goose egg, you now have 1 win. Fraser, you are just above Robin with 1.5 points. Mr. Chin, Mike Chin, who every once in a while graces us with his appearance, has 2 points. Then we move over to Nicole at 2.5 points.
How can Chinny have more than me? I won the last time I was on, and I already had at least one under.
He's
my
hardly
belt.
ever here, and he's beating you.
Well, and in fact, Fraser, remember, we are starting from scratch at the beginning of this past year, so previous wins were erased at the beginning of this year. Maybe that's where some of the confusion's happening.
There's no confusion there, Gregory. We're in May. I've won at least twice this year. I must have
Fraser,
won at least twice.
You have not. You have won once, and then you had a tie. Then in second place from the leaderboards, Richard Webster at 3.5 points. That means our leader, shockingly, and I say shockingly only because it was just like 4 weeks ago this person was barely on the radar scope. Mark Wright, you have taken a commanding lead, 5.5 points. Well done, Mark. Everybody hates you, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, well, that means let's jump into the news quiz. So every week we do a news quiz, or I attempt. Sometimes we don't have a news quiz. And for moving forward, we're going to put the news quiz questions into the Skype chat. So you'll see that in the Twitch window there. So hopefully it's readable. For those at home, you can kind of play along. And for those of you on the Skype call right now, you can easily see the questions a little bit better. Robin, given that you won last week, you get to start off the news quiz this week. Mark, you will be in at number 2. And Fraser, back from holiday, you get the anchor.
He's a what?
He's the anchor.
You fucking what?
What? All right. First question, Robin. It should be noted the first 2 questions for each of you will be worth 5 points. The final third question for each of you is worth 10 points, allowing you to potentially come back in glorious fashion. Robin, here goes your first question. And here we go. Robin, the Konami saga continues. In their latest financial reports, what information was uncovered regarding their PES support title?
Support title?
Yes.
Is that like sports?
Sports title. Yeah,
Yeah.
there. That's me having a difficult time reading. All right, so PES, also known as Winning 11 2015. What's going to be happening with that, Robin? Is it A, it will be a PS4 North America only release. B, it will be a PS4 digital only release. Or C, will have a PS4 disc and digital release only for Europe. That's when you should unmute, Robin.
Earth to Robin. Hello.
Yes, Robin. Unmuting oneself is the best way to answer these news quiz questions.
I think that fall off the table the other week's broke his microphone.
I've done a bongo.
You've done a bongo.
Okay, well, I'm going to use logic here, and that's where it all goes wrong. Logic would say that it would be sensible to have that where football is in its biggest fan base, and I would say Europe. So it's the disc release in Europe only, no American release.
So you're going with C. We'll have a PS4 disc and digital release for Europe only.
Or crazy Japanese people are going to do something weird then, but that would be the sensible thing that I would pick. But anyway, fire on.
All right. Well, Robin, as with most weeks, throw your sensibilities out the window. You were wrong. No, in fact,
B. Is it B?
PES is listed as a digital-only title for the PS4. And quite honestly, currently it's only being listed within their financials for Japan because they only list PES. So normally that is Winning 11 2015 out this way. So
We're just going to move on to mobile games, aren't we? So they
Pretty
don't want
much.
to do any disc production or any production of any sort. So I'd have gone for digital straight away.
yeah,
So, yeah, but
Konami is
really-
clearly going in some interesting directions, but more on that later. All right, Mark. Mark,
Yes,
are you ready for your question?
I'm ready. Yes.
All right, Mark. This has to do with good old Oculus Rift. Mark, Oculus Rift has an official launch window. When can we expect the VR headset? Is it A, holiday 2015, B, first quarter 2016, or C, spring of 2016?
Oh no! I heard this on the Game Punchers podcast as well, but I couldn't sleep and I was laid in bed like 4 a.m. listening to it, and we talked about this because Steve's on about getting one, and I can't goddamn remember. I think it's early 2016, but is it first quarter or spring? Oh my god!
Steve wants to do something with a cockpit.
What do you think, Mark?
It's either B or C. And Greg, that's evil. Putting spring in first quarter. It's
I
nearly
need
the
an
same
answer,
thing.
Mark. I need
It's
an
nearly
answer.
the same thing. That
Nearly.
I'll say spring to 2016. Spring.
All right, Mark, right. You are wrong. I'm
Oh,
sorry to
it's
say it is
being it.
first quarter 2016.
bastard.
Yes, indeed. There's also suggestions it will be available for pre-order later this year, so keep your eyes open if you are interested in the Oculus Rift. All right, well, Fraser, the door is wide open for you, my friend. Welcome back.
I'm back
You are back. Let's see
to
how
reclaim stolen points.
to reclaim stolen points. Well, this is right up your alley, Fraser. I can't think of a more perfect. Well, there might be one perfect person to ask this question to, but here we go. Fraser,
Must be Nintendo then. Yep.
Nintendo has unveiled their E3 plans this past week, and it includes the return of their partnership with Best Buy. What game IP does Nintendo plan to showcase at Best Buy for E3? Is it A, Mario Maker, B, Donkey Kong Country, or C, Star Fox?
I haven't heard anything about Star Fox coming out. What was the second one?
Donkey Kong Country.
Big deal. That's no big deal. I would think it would be the Mario Maker. I'm going with that, Greg.
Final answer, Mario Maker. Well, Fraser Moores, you're right! Good
Yeah.
job. Yes, here's a quick rundown.
And that's a
of-
real interactive game, right? So I could see that working well.
You hope, right? You hope. So yeah, Nintendo gave the rundown of their E3 plans. So they are once again doing their digital event. That'll be June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. They're also bringing back the Nintendo World Championship after 25 years. That's kind of an interesting situation happening there. That'll be taking place June 14th. Of course, they're going to have their Nintendo Treehouse, which they've been doing last E3, which I believe is just kind of a live shows every day, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, with Best Buy, they're doing over 120 locations where they're going to be showcasing Mario Maker on June 17th between 4 and 9 p.m. and on June 20th between 12 and 5 p.m. at those particular Best Buy stores. So I'm assuming those times are local to the Best Buys. So there you have it. Now we also did hear, by the way, Sony confirmed their conference plans. That their conference will be kicking off as usual on Monday, 6 p.m. PST, which unfortunately for the UK friends is 2 a.m. over in the UK. So get your naps in if you want to try and catch that live. Microsoft will also be on Monday as well, and I believe that is 9:30 in the morning Pacific time, which is 3:30 in the afternoon for our friends in the UK. All right. Well done, Fraser, by the way. Well done.
Thank you.
5 points to you, my friend.
See how easy it is?
See
And yet
how...
you're sitting there saying, I got 1.5 points all year. 1.5 wins.
You foreigners coming in, taking our jobs, taking our points.
Fraser, you always start off strong. That was
Such a
actually well
bloody
done.
I always start
Well
off
done.
strong. Yeah.
All right, Mark, you are
Yep.
up next. Here we go. Mark, this is a topic we all love. Ubisoft, they've announced their next Assassin's
Excuse
Creed
me.
game.
Excuse me.
Yes. Is this
Rewind.
Robin? This is Robin first. Sorry, Robin, this is your question.
Oh no, I know
Thank
this
you.
one.
Yep, it is Robin's question.
What was it
He's
teasing?
absolutely
Oh, you
right.
wrong
I teased you, but it's okay. Fear not. I'll give you a Ubisoft question as well. Robin, Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed game got a name. What is it? Is it A, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, B, Assassin's Creed Cartel, or C, Assassin's Creed Cell?
What was the last one?
Assassin's Creed Cell.
Oh God, I don't know. Syndicate sounds wrong. Cartel, Assassin's Creed, or Cell, Assassin's Creed Cell, Cartel. If all else fails, choose B.
Robin Tate, you're wrong. It is indeed
What?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Well, everyone knew it.
Also confirmed by Ubisoft, the game is single player only, which is a departure from, gosh, I want to say the last, 4 or 5 Assassin's Creed games. Syndicate's location is Victorian London. It is approximately 30% larger than the Assassin's Creed Unity map. It'll consist of 6 boroughs: Westminster, the Strand, the City of London, Whitechapel, Southwark. Is that even a place? I don't know. And
Southwark.
Lambeth.
Southwark.
It looks like Southwark. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to
looks
say.
like that.
I know.
Leicester. What does Leicester look like to you?
Leicester.
The Ancestor.
All right. Robin, I'm so sorry you got that wrong.
He's gone. We've lost Robin now.
Yes, he's angry at the world. Mark, I know you you were upset about not getting your Ubisoft question.
Yeah.
Well, we will give you a Ubisoft question, Mark.
Right. What's the name of a new Assassin's Creed game?
No.
Not financials.
Yes, financial questions for you, Mark. Ubisoft announced a lot of things during their financial results. One such announcement, spelled incorrectly, is the release window for The Division. When is The Division slated to now release, Mark? Is it A, Q3, July through September 2015, B, Q4, I'll let you read that, in 2015, or C, Q1 of 2016?
Fart bubble.
Fart bubble. Don't-
Sorry, that was a request in the chat.
Don't do a Tate. Don't do a Tate, Mark.
Can I have that last question?
No, you may not have the last question. You may have this question.
I don't know. Well, I know it's. Oh, hang on a minute. I can.
Hang on a
I'll
minute.
do some deduction here. Yeah, it's next year, isn't it? So yeah, it's got to be C. It's 2016. I'm sure it is. I know it's got pushed back again.
Mark,
So,
right.
Yeah, C.
Brilliant deduction on your part. Yes, indeed. It is C. It is moving into 2016 Q1, January through March. Probably, let's face it, it'll probably be March of 2016. But well done. 5 points to you. That means you are currently tied with Fraser Morris. Fraser, of course, you now have your question. Are you ready, sir?
Ready.
That's what I like to hear. All right, Fraser Moores, your question is a little more cryptic.
Ooh.
Fraser Moores, Cryptic Studios announced their free-to-play MMORPG Neverwinter has reached 1.6 million players to date on the Xbox One. With their success, they've also announced that the Xbox One version will be receiving 5 free expansion packs, all coming this year. At the time of posting, how many user-created characters had already reached the level cap of 60? Is it A, 78,000, B, 92,000, or C, 106,000?
That's a tough question.
C.
Si, senor.
See how I just plucked that out of the air? I have no idea. C. Whatever.
Well, in fact, it is 92,000 players have reached the level cap of 60,000, Fraser Moores. I am sorry to say you got that wrong. They've also had 86 million minutes of Neverwinter Nights played. Neverwinter. I keep saying Neverwinter Nights. I will forever say Neverwinter Nights. 16 billion astral diamonds have been earned. 10 billion parties have been formed. And over 1 billion enemies slayed. So apparently they are liking what they have done so far. It should also be noted 2.3 million characters have been created since the game launched on the Xbox One. All right. Well, that puts us in a dead heat here, my friends. Dead heat. Mark and Fraser both at 5 points. Robin, this is your moment. 10-point question. You could leapfrog both of them. Are you ready, sir?
No, just hold on a second. I've been chastised about how my bloody microphone is pointing right now, and I've moved it. And do you know what? I have read the instructions on this
Yes.
mic. Now, you might be an absolute expert on this, but I'm absolutely fine where I am right now. I think I sound okay. You want me to turn it on?
You're talking into the top of it. You need to be facing the front of it.
No, it's fine because there's several ways and several settings on the microphone,
right.
and it's fine for where I am on this here. So thank you. I will experiment, Reckless. Thanks for your help, but not in the middle of a show because I'm not making the thing fall on the ground.
He can't. You
Thank
can't
you.
distract him like that. It's
Yeah.
just
God Almighty!
playing
No,
with fire.
anyway.
It's enough to get him in there, doing it without destruction.
So yeah, so
Flippin'
Reckless
heck,
and
sucker. Anyway.
Chinny in the chat who say you're
Yeah.
using it wrong. He's not changing for anybody.
Just here flipping next week's veteran gamers.
Yeah, Bongo's letting this microphone on. And yeah, test story time. Let me tell you about Bongo's microphone.
I love you, Stu. Anyway,
All right.
question please, Mr. DeLacy.
Robin Tate, here we go. Question number 7, just for you. Robin Tate, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege has a release date of October 13th. They also revealed the game will be getting some special editions. How many different special editions have been announced so far?
74.
A, 3, B, 4, or C, 5? 10-point
Best-
question, Robin.
Be-
10
Best
points on the line.
Buy, Best Buy, Amazon. Yeah. It's probably ridiculous. And I keep on saying B and that. But yeah, 4. Frigate.
Robin Tate, you should know by now, B is almost never the right answer. It is, in fact, 3 special editions have been established so far for the game. There'll probably be 5 or 6 by the time it's all said and done. There's the Art of Siege edition, there's the Gold edition, and there's the Tactical Elite edition. So there you go. 3 so far that you can pay extra money for just because. All right. This means
And
Mark,
normal service resumes.
Mark and Fraser. It's go time. Between the two of you, here we go, head to head.
Yeah, I just want to say bye, Reckless. Thank you for correcting Bongo on his microphone. But yeah, see you later. He's having to go now.
All right. Mark,
Yes.
in a recent interview, what did the Konami CEO Hayakawa Hideki? That's not.
Brutal.
Yes, I know.
What,
totally
what,
brutal.
what was his name again, Greg?
Hayakawa Hideki. I think I'm saying the first name right now. Anyway.
I don't think you are, but
I
go on.
don't think you
Yeah,
are.
probably not. He stated, what did he state he felt was the company's main platform for the future? Is it A, mobile games, B, gambling machines, or C, exercise equipment?
I know this. It's mobile games.
Mark, right. You did your homework, my friend.
I
It is
did.
indeed mobile games. Yes, he stated that mobile will be Konami's main platform moving
Yeah.
forward. Metal Gear, time to go mobile, apparently. Yeah.
Well, I think Metal Gear is going to be the last sort of like major game, isn't it? Because
I think so.
console-wise, anyway.
Yeah.
And Nicole says, Greg, stop trying to speak Japanese because you suck at it. Because she's
No,
lived
no.
there for a few years as well.
You suck at it. Ah.
Well, I could say it like
No
Nicole.
game punches, Greg.
I could say it like
Disrespect
Nicole.
you.
And, hey, y'all, it's Hideki Hideki.
Y'all.
Lord have mercy.
All right. Fraser Moores, you got to get this right to stay in the quiz. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready to stay in the quiz, Greg.
You are ready to stay in the quiz. This does pertain to you, Fraser Moores, because you are part of the North American territory. Fraser Moores, the NPDs came out this past month for April. And if I can get that question to post up for you, we would be much better. Here you go. NPDs for the month of April came out. Fraser Moores, what was the second best performing software title on the NPDs? Was it A, Battlefield Hardline, B, Grand Theft Auto 5, or C, Mortal Kombat X? Second best performer, Fraser Moores.
It's a guess again. You say it's never B, but I don't know. I think we might have to go for some B action again. I'm going to say B.
Fraser Moores. Well done, my friend. Yes, indeed. Grand Theft Auto 5 came in at number 2. Heading out the list was Mortal Kombat at number 1. Battlefield Hardline came in at number 3. MLB 15, the show, came in at number 4. Minecraft, Never Dies, came in at number 5. NBA 2K15 at 6. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare at 7. Dark Souls 2, the Scholar of the First Sin. God, I cannot talk. Scholar of the First Sin came in at number 8. Super Smash Bros. At number 9. And Borderlands at number 10. Borderlands The Handsome Collection at number 10. Interestingly, Bloodborne nowhere to be seen in the top 10 the next month. Yeah, it had a nice start in March. PlayStation continued to lead software sales for April, and a big surprise: the Xbox One was the top-selling console for the month of April. So,
Fanboy in the corner going.
They're very aggressive on the pricing now with the Xbox One right now.
They have been indeed. All right. I think this is fair that Fraser Moores, I want you to guess odd or even for me, my friend.
Even.
Fraser Moores, do you
odd.
want to take the question first, or do you want to have Mark answer the question first? It is closest without going over. Remember that.
How hard is it?
It may be hard. It may not be hard.
What about the question?
What about the question? Whoa! Blinding. Go on, I'll take the question.
All right.
What's the magic?
Fraser Moores, for the tiebreaker, tell me, how many playable characters were available at launch for Mario Kart 8?
Please pronounce it properly. Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8. How many
Do I
playable
have to
characters?
guess the actual, and you're not going to give me a choice?
No, you have to guess the number.
You told me that. I would have passed it.
I did say guess without going over.
Without going over?
Yes.
One.
I'm going to say 12.
All right, Mark Wright.
I
What
have
is the
no
total
idea.
playable characters
I've
at
never
launch?
played a Mario Kart ever.
Then you deserve to lose.
Or do I?
Mark
I don't
Wright. I need a
okay.
number.
8. Because it's Mario Kart 8.
Mark Wright. You just lost the news quiz. Fraser Moores, congratulations. The number of playable characters at launch, 30. By the way,
Oh.
30. There were 16 default characters and 14 unlockable characters.
Right.
And then they ended up adding 6 more via DLC. So well done, Fraser Moores. You just won another news quiz. Your total is now 2.5.
My total is now 0.5. Why don't you
0.5,
just subtract
yes,
it every time I win anyway?
That's what I'm going to start doing. That's I think.
2.5.
Very good, Fraser. Very good.
Well done, Fraser.
Very good. Thank you. Worthy
Unfortunately,
opponents.
we do not have any news trivia this past week. Jason Johnson is in the process of moving. He also just started up 2 new classes, so he apologizes. He did not send any trivia in. I told him he just has to send us money in light of that.
And to be fair, he has been really consistent and sending it in every week, so there's no excuse. Come on, what's wrong with you, man? No,
Seriously,
we'll let him off this
moving?
week.
Come on. It's a poor excuse if you ask me.
Yeah. It's
We
nearly as
should
bad as
smite him.
Chapstill missing the
Smite
show
him
the other night
down.
Yes.
because he was getting married. What sort of excuse is that, man?
Yeah, and bare feet. On the beach.
On a
Seriously?
beach, yeah.
Seriously.
It
Be
was
nice.
a quarry. It was a quarry. He told me afterwards. It was a quarry.
All right. Let's
It's a sandpit.
Robin, I want
It's
you
a
to
local
give away
DIY place.
give away
with the
some
sand
smite
out the
codes.
back.
Give away some smite codes for Xbox One. We've got them sitting there. Let's give some away.
Who wants one first? Does anybody want one?
I do. I applied for it. I haven't got one yet.
I think we
God
should
damn
Okay,
delay
well-
on Twitch. We'll have to alter this delay.
Yeah, so I'll just read one of the Smite codes out. So get your pens and the paper ready. This is a Smite beta code. So in my
You could put it in the
best,
chat message.
sorry,
Or you could put it in the chat so we can see it
No.
on screen. No, okay.
JVV2G 4MCXF T73JG TGDQVJH2Z. And that's it. First come, first served for a Smite beta code. And we've got one of those for later on. And we'll give another one out later.
Nicole says, can you say that in English, please, Robin?
Oh,
I have one thing to say to Nicole, and I'll say it through WhatsApp.
all right,
Second
Fraser.
word off.
Fraser, if you would be so kind, maybe take us into the events and happenings in terms of new releases for this week. And then, Mark, if you want to run us down after that with the Gamerscore Challenge, that would be awesome.
But I can run you down.
I know.
Oh. Okay, new releases from May 9th to May 16th. We have, this is the big one, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt coming out on the Xbox. Please, let me start again. Coming out on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. Coming out on the PC, the Mac, and Linux is Epanalepsis.
Hey, Cindy.
Epanalepsis.
Do you know the girl from Epilepus? Good, that came out wrong too. Do you know the girl from Eponema?
I don't know. They're all here sent to text me. They're all, oh dear. Also on the PC, May 21st, Porcunipine.
Porcunipine.
And there's another one down there, Techno Babylon. I mean, it's not easy this week, is it? Swords and Soldiers 2 for the Wii U on May 21st. Techno Babylon on the PC for May 21st. And Puzzle and Dragons Z Stroke, Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Edition for the 3DS on May 22nd.
Stroke. I like stroke. I like that. And H is H.
H.
Chat.
H. Eche.
No, it's
Eche.
H. H. Not H. H. What is that all about?
All right.
Aluminium.
Moving on. Mark
Hoven.
Wright, let's talk about Gamerscore Challenge.
Yes. Just let me get this up. So it's the second week of the Gamerscore and Trophy Challenge. And all I can say is some of these guys are absolute frigging animals.
Holy crap,
it's
yeah.
just insane. And I wish I'd not put silly names in now because I'm reading these out now because I wasn't supposed to be on this week. Like Parsnip Knob. Someone's changed bongos though.
I wonder who that
Right.
could be.
So on the Xbox platform, in third place at the moment, we have our very own Bongo v Incontinent with a current increase of 3,415 gamer score. In second place, we have Parsnip Knob 3000 with an increase of 7,270 gamer score. But currently out in first place is very consistent every year. I don't know how he does it, where he gets the games from, but it's PG Tip 77 with an increase of 7,690 gamer score in 2 weeks.
Go, Paul.
Yeah, no kidding. That is awesome.
Parsnip's on his heels, but yeah, he's going to try to smash that record. I think the record's 24,000 for 2 months. So
I think that's not far off my total gamer score.
I was just going to say. Oh, holy smokes. I'm like, yeah, he's on his way to shattering that.
yeah. On the PlayStation platform, in third place, we currently have Recruit B10, who's a fairly new member and a new follower on Twitch.
Right.
I met him through Shiny's stream, and he's a really nice guy. He's on an increase of 3,270 points. What we do with the trophies is Sony allocates points to each trophy. I think it's 15 for a bronze and so on. And that's how we work out your level. So that's where I get the points from. So the more platinums you get, the big points come rolling in.
Right.
In second place, Night Owl 1980 has an increase of 5,115 points.
Well done.
And in first place, This guy is an absolute nutter. Tuscan 77.
Another
the
77, by the way. It should be
Yeah.
noted. The two leaders, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be the year of we were born.
I'm thinking that's the
But
case.
yeah.
Yeah.
For those who know, Tuscan is mainly from the Veteran Gamers site, and he's a huge PlayStation fanboy. And he has got an increase of 8,040 points in his trophy value.
Mark, we like to
I
refer
think
him.
he had-
We like to refer to him as a Sony enthusiast.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
He's a really nice guy, actually. Yeah, he's
Yes.
If you cut him in half, it'd say Sony. But I think just in this week, I think he had
aside from the absolute carnage and mess and explanation
Somewhere in
to,
there
to the
spelled
authorities,
Oh,
it still
yeah,
sees
sorry.
Sony in there.
that's a bit of a British quote. Is that it's like if you
Stick a rock.
yeah over here you have
Black
sticks
Bull
of rock,
rock.
which is like candy, and you cut it in half, and they have the writing in the middle going round. Yeah,
I don't know, but I tell you
Forget
what,
it.
don't go in Mark's basement.
What's the table and saw for? You never mind. Lay down.
Where were I? Oh yeah, I think he had 130 bronze trophies in 1 week this week, and 4 platinums. That's why his value's gone up so much. So, yeah, I think he let me into a little secret. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to do, because make it fair on everyone and get some competition going. He let me into a little secret that if you play PlayStation Now Beta, or Beta if you're in America,
Right. You get
you
gamer
can get
score?
trophies, and you can play some of the easy
Wow.
trophy games. So I'll be trying some of them this weekend, I think.
Oh. Dirty
Yeah,
little
'cause-
secret. Dirty little
Yeah,
secret.
I'm slacking on this. In fact, let's just read out what our scores are, Greg.
We don't need to. I
Why?
pretty much stopped, I think, after
You're not
that
doing
first
too
week.
bad.
That was all
Oh.
like in 2 nights, and then I stopped.
And I've got a massive apology to everyone who was looking on the forums for last week's results. I never did them, sorry. I'm going to definitely do them this weekend, though. I'll get the results up on the forums.
And
So-
we're going to pop up the little spreadsheet thing with your pie charts and your bar
I might
charts.
do. Yeah, it depends how much time I've got.
That's really good. That's good.
Yeah. So our very own hero and legend, Greg DeLacy, has got 920 increase, so not far off 1,000. That's good going, Greg. You're not
Seriously,
last.
I'm 80 points away from 1,000. I couldn't get 80 stupid points.
You're definitely not last, so don't worry about it. On the gamer score, I've got 1,090, so you're not that far behind me, Greg.
All right. Clearly, Mark, you and I have been sidetracked with other things in life, like
Yeah.
Project Cars
Yeah.
and
Life.
running into walls.
And because of Project Cars and Dragon Age Inquisition,
Yeah.
my 2 weeks worth of trophies increase is only 540, so that's quite pathetic, really. So- but I'll be using Tuscan's suggestion and getting up on that. Oh, and we had another person join this week, Antonio, who is
Alright.
GH Rocker 10 on the Xbox Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he joined this week, so he's got a week's catch up to do. But he's already beating me and you, Greg.
Yeah. He can do it. He can do it.
Yeah.
And
So-
GH Rocker is now making a living from YouTube. So fair play to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antonio,
Yeah.
good lad.
He wants to
Yeah,
get into
we're
voice
jealous.
acting and that, yeah. I like how, because we've known him for quite a few years with the Veteran Gamers, and because he's been such a young chap, he started off
Yeah.
with such a young squeaky voice, and now his
Right.
balls have dropped and he's got like a deep voice now. He's gone through that transition.
It's funny because we feel the same way about Richard Webster on our podcast.
Those balls
he's
haven't
not
dropped
dropped
yet.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
There it is. Beat me to it.
So changing the subject from Antonio's balls. What's next?
All right. Well, let's talk about other things going on in this community. The Minecraft servers are back up and running, I believe, on both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I'm not 100% positive on that in terms of the PS4 side. I know it's been kind of up and down for a little while, but I think Parsnip has it sorted out. So there's that. There, of course, is the Clan Wars update, which is not so much an update on Clan Wars, but really it's all about the mutiny that transpired and Boom Beach. Yeah. There's a note here for Frazier. It says, "Let the syrup-sucking fodder describe his
Theater.
fall from power."
Fader.
Fatter.
Fatter. I like fatter.
Just it loses its punch, doesn't it? And it's just absolutely
I
balls
am
down
not
its feet.
your father.
Hello, mother.
Hello, Fada. Greetings from. All right, Fraser. We've already covered this, so I don't know that there's really anything to really go over. Is there any actual Clash of Clans updates that we need to talk about here?
No, just Jade's there running the show. Where most of us are still in there. A few people have jumped ship this week, but there's always a natural turnover. Anybody who's still interested in playing, come on board. There's some spaces there, and unless Jade changes it, war twice a week.
All right,
starting
twice a week.
There's a war coming up tomorrow.
Yep. You guys are fighting what, House Bolton, I believe?
Apparently so. I don't care. I don't look anymore.
Winter's
right.
coming.
So you've heard it there from former Canadian cult leader Fraser Moores. Fuck it, I don't care anymore. And Nicole screaming in the chat, play Boom Beach Boobies with me, please. All right, let us move forward. Just kidding, Nicole. The golf club. That's still going. It's going pretty strong still. Last week's challenge was provided to us by Tuscan77. It was Old Beaver Creek, because we can never get enough Old Beaver in the creek.
For now.
Yes.
What was that thing what Rambo put in the chat? Was it something like, is it rough or is it been trimmed?
Oh, yes. We had quite
Has
the
the beaver
discussion.
been trimmed or is it still rough?
Yes. We want to make sure our beavers are nice and smooth.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get past that. Let's talk about some scores from this past week. Mark, on the PS4.
Yep.
Why don't you run that down?
Yeah, we've got a few this week. Ian the Chad, which is Mr. Chapsicle from Down Under. He got a... Oh, he didn't want me to read this out, but I'm going to read it out because I've beat him, so I'm definitely reading this out. He got a plus 12. I managed to get around in at last, only tonight, last minute thing. Some of them greens are quite evil. But yeah, I got a plus 9. So first go, I didn't have time to have another shot, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. Big Daddy, Mr. Stuart Fowler, got a plus 3. Mr. Chopping Me Half, Sony, Mr. Tuscan 77 got a plus 1. Real Kahuna, he got a minus 3, which is really good.
Yep, excellent.
And we've got a new member to our site who's joined up the GameScore Challenge. The Golf Challenge. But it's a name I recognise from Veteran Gamers. Dave150771, which is Dave Tripney. And he got a minus 5 in his first week. So well done, Dave. You won this week on the PS4.
Yes.
But did you win overall?
That
we
is
will
the
find
question.
out.
Did you win overall? Well, let's go to the PC quote-unquote master race. We had 2 scores from the old PC side of things. The real Defoe managed to squeak out, pass, shit out, however you want to look at it, really, Robin. A minus 6. A minus 6, which is fair play. It's a good score. I can't deny that. Barticello's Ghost got a plus 3 on the PC side. And that just wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough, especially the real Defoe. He's not good enough. Because over on the Xbox One, going from the last place to the first place, we had the Caretaker 61 at plus 2. Womble MK3 and TMG Cerberus both came in at even. Chinny, good old Chinny, he came in at minus 2. Filthy has fallen a little bit from grace with a minus 3. No more of these minus 20 scores from him.
That's the handicap kicking in, eh?
The handicap has definitely come down. Urban Big P came in at minus 4. Myself, as well as Bobag420, came in at minus 5 on this course. Step J and David the Alien both registering a minus 6. But that wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough.
You've got to get his name right.
I know, because the one guy that I always screw up his name, QGB.
Look,
for fuck's sake. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say
How can
it.
you not say it? Did you never see The Simpsons?
No, I don't pay attention to The Simpsons.
Look
at
further
all.
where it says the next challenge 15. Look at his name there. I've spelt it how you say it.
That was brilliant. If I had looked at that,
Greg,
Mark, that would make it easy.
I was
Queejibo
online when you were
Jones.
when you were typing up the
Queejibo
show
Jones.
notes earlier on. When you were typing up the show
sorry,
notes
Dave.
earlier, you couldn't type it either. It was
No,
really
I can't
funny.
type it. I can't say it. But he got a -8. Oh, for fuck's
Well
sake.
done, Dave.
Yes.
Sorry, you got your name wrong again.
just gonna call him
when I text
Dave.
him to get to pick the next course, he says, "Can you make sure Greg gets my name right?"
No.
So I put
We can't.
KWI Qui, then I put GEE Qui G, then Bo, then
It's
Jones.
it's the Bo part that throws
And
me
he
off. The
still gets it wrong.
Bo Jones. I got that, but every time I try and say it fast, it's like the tongue twister for me. It just, yeah. But more importantly, he has picked out, because he won. He had the top score. He picked out the next week challenge. So if you're wanting to get in on this, if you're on the PS4, make sure you are friends with Markanix, Markanix. If you are on the Xbox One, you want to be friends with myself, Murphy's Law. And if you are on the PC side, we call him the Real Deformed, but it's the Real Defoe, all one word. Make sure you're friends with him, and then look for the challenge OC X Gen Challenge 15. And it'll be a locked, so you have to be friends with one of us to get into it. And the course this week is Flin Flon Golf Club. No, it's just Flon. Flon Golf Club, correct?
No, Flin Flon.
Flin Flon.
He's picked it purely on the name.
Yes.
Flin Flon, that's in Canada, isn't it?
I don't know.
Your guess is
Well,
as good
we
as
name like
ours.
Flin Flon, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
Flin Flon.
All right, so Flin Flon. It is Flin Flon. I was looking for flan earlier.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
in
flan, by the
Saskatchewan.
way. Flan is good. It's Mexican custard. All right.
So the good news is it's a funny name. The bad news is it's one of the hardest difficulty
Yeah,
courses.
it's going to be hard as hell. All right, yes. So thank you, David, for that. Does he go by Dave or David? That's another good question.
I think he prefers Dave, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, thanks, Davey. We appreciate it. Uh,
At least you might get that right, not like Quidgy Jones.
I won't get any of it right. All right. We also have this thing going on the Facebooks. It's the We Are Epic, which is it's basically a competition of posting up 30-second video clips, or approximately 30 seconds, and try to keep them in and around that time frame. Not, what is it? Somebody posted up like a 16-minute video. As epic as that race was, to win that, we would have liked just the last like 20 seconds of the race. That would have been fine. But anyway, we're doing a contest with that. It runs April through June, and it'll be a $20 prize, whether it be Steam Bucks, PSN, or Xbox Live cash, for the best video, quote-unquote, picked out by our esteemed panelists of crazy people. Some of the newest videos, David Morton, Ian Alexander, and myself. I've thrown up a couple of videos there. I do not expect to win. I will just mind you, I have that little caveat. Members of the G4T.com staff cannot win this prize. Blah, 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 blah.
And guys, if you haven't been on the Facebook to see some of those videos, some of them are absolutely epic. Some of them are really,
they're
really funny.
really good.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, Mr. Bean arrives in one in a Forza clip. It's absolutely fantastic. It's so funny. There's some really, really exciting stuff there. So flick through the Facebook page on that We Are Epic bit and have a flick through some of the videos. They're brilliant.
One of my favourites is from Thupa, William Wagner, and it's a Minecraft one, and I won't say what happens in it. but
Oh,
you just
yeah,
gotta
it's
watch it.
brilliant.
All right.
It's, so
It's
good.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Robin, the May Forza Hot Lap Challenge. You want to walk us through that? And include the Project Cars X-Gen Hot Lap Challenge as well.
Yeah,
please.
I want to include that.
Yeah, so the Forza Hot Lap Challenge for May is in a modern Indy car, and you can have any tune you want, and it will be on the Indianapolis Oval. And at the moment, we have Serbs up in front there with 39.7 odd seconds, Parsnip with 40.5 seconds, and Real Kahuna with 41.3 seconds. You know, all the details you can be found on hotlap.g4te.com and get in with that. Yeah, I know there's a lot of focus on Project Cars this time, but the Forza stuff is still very, very good, and get involved in that. Just pull up the Project Cars stuff here. Okay, so a bit more of a challenge to do hot laps on Project Cars at the moment. And how you're setting your time is you grab a screenshot with your phone and then pop it onto the g4te.com forum, or you can tweet it to at Gonzo_FK, who's organised the Hot Lap Challenge for May in Project Cars. Thanks very much, Gonzo. Good lad. The car will be a BMW 320 Turbo Group 5, and you can have any tune you want, and it's on the Hockenheim short course, which is kind of groovy. It's got a very, very, very cool little herpin in it as well. Leaders at the front are Gonzo.
A herpin? A herpin? It's got a herpin.
It's got a turpin.
Herpin derpin.
How many hours did that take you, Robin?
How many fleurs are in the herpin?
You utter,
Sorry, go on.
utter bastards. Seriously. You all sound funny to me. I'm the only one that speaks properly.
That's what they call in the industry.
Okay, out in front.
Speaking of bongo.
Out in front. Yeah, in the industry. It's Gonzo with a minute and 3.4. In second, we've got Jay Rambo, and he is right behind him with 103.6. And Stone Deaf is in the caboose there at 104.2. That's very, very close. So get onto that with Project Cars. I must get onto that myself.
And it is multi-platform that as well, because Gonzo's playing it on PC, Rambo's playing it on PS4, and I think Stone Deaf's on Xbox One. So there's quite a wide spectrum there. We can do a multi-platform on this.
So you fire a tweet at myself at Bongo the Scene or at Gonzo_FK or Mark Annex there, and we'll get you if you're not sure what to do. But it's just a screenshot and then up onto g4te.com. And that's the racing.
Awesome. All right. Victories achieved. This is another contest we're running. We all kinds of ways for you guys to win stuff. Victories achieved. This is it's real simple. It's a contest that we're running through July 31st. I had to double check on the time frame there. If you complete a game, when you complete a game, as long as it's not a episode of, say, a Telltale game, and it's standalone game, substantial DLC we will accept. But basically, you finish the game, take a selfie, and then tweet it out. Preferably have the game in the background, but let us know what game you just beat. Include the hashtag victory achieved in your tweet, and send it to at g4te.com, spell the dot, and you will get entered into this contest where, again, you can win $20 US or $15 British pound sterling for PSN, Xbox Live, or the Steam Spacebucks. And so far this week, we had John Mouse finishing Never Alone. We had Mr. Miyagi 1984 finishing Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. Whoa, it's a throwback there. Colin for the win, Ether 1. Scriffenberg finished Monster Hunter 4.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is crazy because that's the first Nintendo title I think we've ever seen in this challenge. Hardly Dan finished GTA 5, and Chinny 1985 finished Wolfenstein: The Old Blood.
And I watched him play that the other day. It's very good.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, if you want to be part of all this craziness, as we said in the beginning of the show, it's super simple. You can download us every week if you want and listen to the audio version of the podcast. It usually goes up Saturday mornings on iTunes and Stitcher and all that good stuff. But if you're sitting around on a Friday night and you've got nothing better to do, head on over to Twitch. Live.g4te.com. You put that in your browser, it will get you right to our Twitch channel. And every Friday at 3 o'clock Pacific time, we are in here doing our deal, talking video games. We have a SpeakPipe channel if you ever want to send us a SpeakPipe, which is just basically an MP3 audio recording. It's sp.g4te.com. You can email the show, podcast@g4te.com. We love getting trivia questions sent over to us. So if you feel so inclined, email us. Just make sure you give us the answer, and hopefully multiple choice. You could tweet us at OC_podcast. We have a Facebook group because it's a thing that old people do. It's fb.g4te.com. That's the quick link. That'll get you right to the Facebook page. And the first thing you'll see is that we are Epic Facebook section, and I definitely recommend going and checking that out. If you're into PC games, go check out Green Man Gaming, but check it out using this little gem, gmg.g4te.com, and that'll get you to our 20% voucher page, and you can get some nice little discount there. We do have a donation page. We don't ask for you guys to give us money, but certainly if you ever want to contribute to our prize fund, you are welcome to do so, and certainly we are thankful for that. Donate.g4te.com gets you to our donation page, and we accept all forms of cash, including rubies. All right.
But no livestock.
No livestock. We don't want chickens. All right, let's finish this out. Shout-outs. Fraser.
I hadn't prepared any shout-outs, actually, Greg.
Well,
so I will
okay.
shout out yourself, again, for having me back on the show, and Mark and Robin for being there. And it's good to see you again, guys, all of you, and everyone listening, and everyone in the great wider gaming community, and everyone who kept me amused on podcasts while I was lounging by the pool last week. I had a tremendous time just listening to podcasts while my kids played in the pool. It was perfect to catch up.
Burning your belly.
Burning your belly.
Burning my belly.
Nice. Well, thank you for that. All right, kick it over to Mark.
I want to shout out all the guys on the Xbox One playing Project Cars. We've been playing some multiplayer with it's mainly the track guys, so like the Henwood Smurf and Parsnip and that. So yeah, really good fun. So thanks, guys. I want to shout out everyone in the Twitch chat tonight. We had a laugh in there as usual. It's been funny, and I understand why you won't read it, Greg, while you're podcasting, because it is quite off-putting.
I can't pay attention to the Twitch chat and try and push the show forward. It would never. We'd have like a 5-hour show of us just sitting there watching the Twitch channel.
Yeah. And I want to give a special shout out to our own Mr. Richard Webster for him not being able to make it tonight, and I've sort of like taken his seat at the last minute. So hope everything's okay, buddy, and hope you'll be back on soon. So over to Robin.
Yeah, don't forget, you'll get me at Bongo the Sane. You'll get me on Xbox Live at Bongo the Sane. So please friend me up. I want a big shout out this week to Sumu, which is Christian, who I met up at the Veteran Gamers meetup in Haslingden a week or two ago there, and his son. He got the trophy for the worst gamer of the day. He's got himself a new Xbone. Good lad. You've helped Microsoft beat those nasty Sony people down. James Kerr, Uber Red Toe, I have one thing to say to you. Bong. And one big shout out to Jade Archer. Jade, you are... I will do anything for you. You are now our leader of Clash of Clans. I am not going anywhere. I am loyal.
The leader of the cup.
I will be here. We will support you all the way, and we will be victorious without the Canadian horrible people that just decide to get all American disappear. So Jade,
I'm still here.
Yeah, so he is.
I'll have you know, I've actually been putting...
demoted. You demoted yourself.
I did demote myself, yeah. No one
funny.
else to demote, and I was hankering for a demotion. But I have been putting troops in the war castle, Robin, while we've been podcasting. So I'm still committed. I'm still committed.
Those lowest value ones you could possibly put in. And so I'd like to say, again, to Greg and to Fraser, it's great to see you back. And Mark, thanks very much for all of your wonderful, warm comments in the chat tonight. It's been really helpful. Thank you very much. And to everybody in the chat, it's been lovely having you there. And I have now turned my microphone round and... Okay. And thanks very much, Greg. And over to you, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Going into this herpin. Fraser, I want to shout out the Game Punchers podcast. You guys have been doing a great job, so I want to give you a little plug there. If you're
Thanks,
looking
Greg.
for something else to listen to, yeah, Game Punches, you guys have been doing a good job. It was funny to listen to the inmates running the asylum last week, but
I
everything,
don't know what was going
yeah,
on there.
everything has returned to normal.
Did you hear that? Steve jumped on mid-show to try and steer the ship back to normality. They were having to talk about fucking carpets.
Hey, carpet is a topic sometimes, apparently.
Yeah,
And-
they did good. Everyone's
Yeah.
good.
We would never get sidetracked with silliness of carpet talk. We would talk about proper things like breakfast.
And Herpins.
And Herpins. All right. I want to shout out, actually, the three of you, though, for making the podcast. I appreciate that. Mr. Webster, I hope you do feel better. Nicole, I want to shout you out for backstabbing and mutinizing and just the evilness that happened with the whole Boom Beach. I love it. It has inspired me to do evil things in the world now. I want to shout out our listeners because without them, this is just a shell of the show. So thank you for listening. Thank you for participating, being part of the Twitch channel and chat, and listening to us on iTunes because there still are people doing that, and we certainly appreciate that. I have a goal now to go into iTunes and get our reviews off and finally go through all of them. We'll just do a mass reading of reviews. Yes, it's going to be like an hour.
I'm going to say, I think it was February last year, last time we checked on it.
So that is a goal of mine. Anyway, that all said, I think we're done. I think we can roll some music. Mr. Mark, I know you were
Yeah, but
totally
I'm not
prepared
ready
for
now.
that. Yeah. You were anticipating, and it's going to happen right now? Or not? Maybe.
I'm ready.